Seniors, you may be seated. Here we are. 10 years ago to this day, almost to this day, a single graduate named Sarah Hogan walked across the floor of the Common at 1 Oak Hill Road, one of the original homes of this school. She was the first of 337 graduates. Today, 35 graduates grace the stage at this Sizer's Home for the Future. A year ago in April, I stood in this gym along with members of our donors' building team. The walls were white, the floor wasn't blue, it was a concrete slab. The blue and purple tiles weren't yet hung on the walls. The sunlight in the late afternoon was just gorgeous. And I turned to a dear friend of our school and said, "Heaven is a gym in Fitchburg." And how will we ever thank you for this incredible gift? So here we are, a year later, stronger than ever, a new tradition begun here in this gym at 500 Ringe Road. Yes. I am so very honored and proud to stand before you today in this moment, reflecting on all the places we've been, all that we've accomplished together, all that we've learned and experienced. There are a number of special guests in our audience here tonight. We have Fitchburg's Chief of Police, Ernie Martineau. We have representatives of the team who designed this building, the architects from KBA. There are members of the Board of Trustees present and our foundation board. Our school founders are here, Melanie Gallo and Peter Garbus. The Sizer School staff and faculty, past and present, are in the room. And then, of course, there are the brothers and sisters and parents and aunts and uncles and grandparents and the friends of the class of 2015. Thank you all so very much for joining us here and being a part of this incredible tradition. Eight years ago, when I chose to become Sizer, then North Central Charter Essential Schools Executive Director, my oldest daughter, Eleanor, was entering kindergarten. This fall, she became a Sizer School 7th grade scholar. And in the last 8 years, as I've made moves and made decisions along with others in our school, I've always thought about whether or not the outcome would be one that I would want my daughters to experience. The "is this good enough for my girls" test is always on the forefront of my mind in my work as a school leader here. This year, I received the best kind of feedback about the school we've built here at Sizer. And that feedback came in the form of watching this school, and this senior class in particular, through my 7th graders' eyes. So there were moments all year long where I learned things I hadn't learned yet. There was a moment at the beginning of the year, we were snuggling together, and I heard all about her teachers and how great they were and how excited she was and how wonderful it was to be a part of this place. There was the moment very recently when she realized she could write a small novel thanks to her English teacher. And then the moments of senior product presentation night when she lamented, literally, "Mom, I'm really frustrated I didn't get to see this one." And then was so impressed and in awe of the diversity and the variety and the complexity of the subjects our students had mastered in senior projects. We drove home that night and we just couldn't stop talking about how unique each one of them were. Then there was last Friday and Senior Prank Day, one of the most inclusive and joyful of my senior pranks of my time here. In fact, it was truly a celebration of our commitment to diversity and inclusion. We were, all of us, including my 7th grader, invited into the fun. Dakota caught her eye and invited her to play hopscotch as she entered the building at 7:45. It was a great morning, and I'm so grateful that they've started a tradition that isn't about pranks, but about celebration of who we are. Then later that same day, community meeting, she really remarked at the end of the day on how many seniors had passed in their senior projects and had received distinction awards. She was impressed that every member of the class had plans for what they were going to do once they left here, and that over half of them received merit scholarships. Mom, did you see how many of them stood up? And so when I look through my daughter's eyes at the work and the legacy of this class behind me, and when I see how far they've come and where they're headed and who they have become, I am so grateful as a school leader and as a parent for the reminder that they've given me that yes, this is absolutely a school that is more than good enough for my daughters. Tonight, before we begin our celebration of the class of 2015, I'd like us all to take a moment and reflect on the people, the places, the experiences that we've had leading up to this moment in which we felt gratitude. So let's just take a moment right now, take a breath, and think about what we're thankful for, because we have so very much to be thankful for in this moment. Okay, so here we are. The class of 2015, you've survived multiple building moves, countless challenges, and you're here. Look around us. Feel this moment. The school colors are on the wall. The flowers are fresh. Thanks to Parker, we've got a stage. Can you smell the gym? It smells fresh and new. They're beautiful black chairs. A lot of people worked really hard to make this a special night. We've made it. We're here. This is a great moment. We are on this stage surrounded by seniors, and those seniors are surrounded by the teachers and loved ones who've supported them, and they're clearly ready to head out into the world, thinking for themselves, caring about others, and acting creatively and responsibly. It's a good day. Okay, so now I get to introduce our very first speaker, Mr. Bob Hildreth. He's a dear friend of mine, helped me get this job 8 years ago. He's an education reformer, a philanthropist, a brilliant financier, and he's started a program most recently that's serving Boston communities and teaching young middle school students and their families how to save for college. He's a great guy. He's always a joke a minute. And he was introduced to Peter Garbus, who's on the stage tonight, by Ted Sizer in 2000, and has invested deeply in our school's success, in mine personally, and I'm honored to share the stage with him tonight.
Well, first I want to say that it's a great honor to see Peter Garbus after all these years. And you got old and I didn't. And, how's that work? I'll give you the vitamins. So here's my always irresponsible speech. Experts. Experts tell us that you have 3 months tops to fit in and find your place in college, or you will struggle for the rest of your college years. The first 3 months are critical. Ordinarily, I wouldn't tell you this, class, because I'd be afraid to scare you. Imagine if I said you had had the same odds when you entered high school, of fitting in, of making the team, or of finding a girlfriend or a boyfriend. Many of you would have been frightened. But wait, you did all those things. You're graduating, you made high school home, you played sports, and some of you got to kiss the girl. At least some of you. You survived. You are survivors. College holds no danger for the Sizer class of 2015. So if your college roommate refuses to get out of bed for a year, stinking up the whole room, you will be frustrated, but you will adjust. You will find a friend to commiserate with. You will buy air freshener. You will survive. Why? Because Sizer has taught you that space and place is not everything. You started life in that warm nursery school of Oak Hill Road, only to be thrown out into the cold, sink or swim, and land at Notre Dame. Overcrowded, run down, far off. But then you were saved by this building. Beautiful, wondrous building. The Sizer class of 2015 are the first to graduate. This means that decades from now, perhaps even a century from now, it will be your picture which will commemorate the school online and in books. So for God's sake, smile. But hey, it's not just about you. Change comes to everyone here. Stephanie Davalos, after 8 years as head of Sizer's, moving on. She has given every waking hour to providing you with a top-flight education. I was here at the beginning, as she mentioned, and I can testify to you that she has been key to realizing the vision of the school. Ted Sizer would have been proud of her, and I'm sure you are as well. Let's give her a rousing applause, for God's sakes. Thank you, Stephanie. So as everyone heads out the door tonight, where are you going? Well, not you, but them. So I'm going to read the list, and as I read the list, if this college or the destination refers to you, I'd ask you to please stand. Worcester State University. Stand up. Mount Wachusett Community College. Curry College. Oh no, keep standing. Keep standing. If you don't mind, keep standing. Spartanburg Community College. University of New England. University of Massachusetts at Amherst. University of Vermont. Casanova College. Very special, U.S. Marine Corps. University of Massachusetts at Lowell. MCLA. Porter and Chester Institute. This is one I'm going to visit in February. Florida Institute of Technology. Linden State College. University of Massachusetts in Boston. I just attended their graduation Friday morning in the TD Center. What a fantastic school. What a great experience. Shriver Job Corps. WPI. Wagner College. Our own Fitchburg State University. And finally, Alexander Academy. Now, in almost every case, these wonderful destinations represent a family effort, a family victory. So why I have you standing here is I would ask you, the class of 2015, to applaud your parents and relatives. And now you can applaud me because I'm done.
This is going to be frustrating because I want to talk to you, and I have my back to you. I'm sorry. Thank you for doing me the honor of asking me to speak to you this evening. The students got to ask a couple of teachers to speak this year. I've had the privilege of watching you guys grow, and from somewhat maybe less than mature and occasionally irritating, but loaded with potential, 9th graders, to the young adults that you are today. And I care about you all very, very deeply. And it's been an incredible blessing to be your teacher once, twice, and some of you 3 times. What I want to say tonight might sound counterintuitive because right now we're all celebrating your achievements, and justly so. You have just completed high school. You are finished. You are done. And while you're continuing to other things, to work, to the military, to training programs and colleges and universities, for now tonight, you are finished. However, you deserve that gratifying feeling, and you need to know that you've done your job well and you can relax for a bit, but don't get too comfortable, okay? I'm here to tell you that you are actually not done. Sorry, not sorry. Okay. Think back to the times when I would say to you, why do we have junior exhibition? And you would say, so we can get ready for senior project. And I would say, no, it's bigger than that. You learn so many important tools and skills that will serve you well for the rest of your life. It's not just one paper or one presentation. You guys remember that? Okay. Well, getting your diploma is just the same as that, because you see, the whole time that you were here, you might have thought you were here to complete assignments and do what you needed to do in order to go on to the next level, to move on to the next grade, the next goal, to pass. But that's not really what you were doing. You were learning to be a learner. And that, my friends, is one thing that you should never stop doing. It's never over, and you're never done. I know that your class can, in fact, continue to be learners. One reason is that you are exceptionally good at asking questions. Just for fun, I looked at my Google search history, and there are a few of the things we've Googled in the last couple months. Who was that man who had Ebola trapped in his eye? How much money do you need in order to be happy? How many square kilometers is Bir Tawil? Where is Bir Tawil? Are there pictures of Lenin in his tomb? What are the best puns of all time? Who played Zira in Planet of the Apes? And how many times has the House of Representatives voted down Obamacare? Asking questions and finding the answers is powerful,
Yes, you can go to grad school. You can read books, you can take online classes, you could apprentice to be an expert at something that you really love. But one thing you need to continue doing after you leave here: don't stop asking questions. As Albert Einstein said, the important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. So sit back and enjoy your accomplishments for a little while, but don't make the mistake of thinking that you are done learning. Continuing to learn will make you a better employee, a better partner, a better parent, a better friend, and a better person. Keep on doing it every day of your life, and you will be smarter and more joyful and richer for the experience. And one more thing, before I introduce our first student speaker, just because you didn't think that I would really do it. Here comes Jacob Brown. I'm out.
When I decided to give a speech, my first thought was, sweet cracker sandwich. I'm gonna make the best speech ever. It will be better than barbecue unicorn. And it will inspire people to go out and achieve stuff and things. My second thought was that'd probably be a lot of work. Maybe I should just write a speech to thank all of my phenomenal teachers here at Sizer. So, in my good time thank you jamboree, I would just like to take some time to thank all of the great teachers who helped lessen the pain of learning at Sizer. First, I would like to thank Mr. Dudley. He helped us all function in calculus. In the senior year, learning science and math would likely have been physically painful without him. Next, I'd like to thank Mrs. Tarantino. I can't see her. She is now the instructional technology overlord, but when I had her, she was my chemistry teacher, and she made topics seem elementary to me. I'd like to give a shout out to Miss Nemi and Mrs. Milkowski. They teach humanities and English here at Sizer, and they got me on the same page as them on the importance of literature. Thanks to Mrs. Clark for so artfully teaching her subject matter. I've also appreciated Mrs. Sweeney. I've had her for several years now, and I feel like we have some very good history. Thanks to Ms. Steiner for teaching me biology. She was never selfish with her time and always taught me the subjects. Thanks to the 10th grade history teacher. He really has priorities lined up right. Miss Schiavo and Miss Roy's dedication to their class and staying after was a major variable for me being successful in algebra. Thanks to Mr. Johnson for helping us make a clean break of it at this new school. Shout out to Mr. Devlin, whose skills at teaching helped shape my understanding of geometry. Lastly, to Mr. Prevost, I'm not sure if he's still here or not, but I haven't had him this year, and Mrs. Vargas, whose efforts at teaching and willingness to help translated into my success at Spanish. So I'm done with my phenomenal thank you to all my teachers. I'm sure our next speaker will leave you speechless. Andrew Albert, speak.
I've always had an affinity for music. Ask anyone who knows me, and they'll tell you how passionate I am about music. Freshman year, I had the expectation that the next 4 years of my life would be just like High School Musical. Well, I could not have been more wrong. There were no flash mobs during lunch. When faced with hardships, no one sang their feelings. The sports teams did not burst into song and dance in the middle of their games. We never all worked at the same country club over the summer. And we never had class-wide poolside dance parties. It certainly was not what I expected, but I'm glad it wasn't my idea of perfect. We all grew up with the school, from Oak Hill to Notre Dame to Sizer. We were all in this together, the good and the bad. We got our heads in the game when we were told we were moving, then moving again, but we bopped right to the top. We bopped right to the top with awesome MCAS scores and even more awesome senior projects. We're here now, the graduating class of 2015, and that's all that matters. It's been a wild ride, and now it's time for the start of something new. A new chapter, a new beginning, and all that other cliche stuff. We're breaking free, soaring and flying. And there isn't a star under the atrium's Think Care Act that we can't reach. At least with the help of a ladder. We all gotta go our own ways, whether they're staying at home or moving across the country. Every day of our lives will be exciting and full of opportunities, and the time is now or never. So let's make it count and be the most fabulous class ever. You can bet on that. I'd like to introduce the next student speaker, Krista Bailey.
Today we step through a doorway, and no one will remember exactly the way it existed. No one will remember this doorway completely. This doorway is just like everything else in this world. People have so many little moments in life that they will not remember, just like this doorway. At some point, you will forget. How many of you remember tying your shoe at the corner of a street during the summer about 2 years ago? How many of you remember your first day of kindergarten? But how many of you remember the third day? This doorway is just a moment in your life that will be forgotten, even if it's just a little bit. And it's okay to forget. You can't hold on to everything in life. You as a person have to make a choice on what is important to you and what you want to hold on to. I once learned that your safest memory is the one that is not recalled over and over. As you recreate these memories and relive them, your brain alters the truth. The more you remember, the less accurate your memory becomes. So it's your choice. Are you going to remember this moment and have it become less accurate each day, or not recall it and have it become one of your safest memories? A single day turns into weeks, turns into months that turn into years. And you will slowly forget who your classmates or teachers were. You may pass by many doors in life, and they will never be the same. You will remember by recreating this moment in your mind, but it's all up to you what you want safe and what you want less accurate. Personally, I like to remember the good and forget the bad, but it's not always easy. What I do know is that I will not forget the fun times I had with my friends and getting on the soccer field to play my heart out. Each of our doors are different. The shape, the color, it's all different for each of you. And one day we will find the door that just fits right. I would like to introduce our next student speaker, Darren Sussman.
After all my years of schooling, I have made one of the biggest scientific discoveries the world has ever known. Unbeknownst to humans everywhere, a tiny being has been sharing our green earth with us. Don't worry though, they're not harmful. In fact, they are quite the opposite. They have secretly been living in symbiosis with us for millennia. They are called moments. What are these silly little creatures? I think they are small, so small, in fact, that if they fly too close, they tickle. Happy moments kiss your neck. They live near two strangers that smile and say hello while casually passing on the street. Sad moments poke your eyes. They live near the first tear you cry when you're feeling alone. There are mad moments that punch your tummy and silly moments that blow in your ear. People have favorite moments. Do you remember your first day of school? Your first kiss? Your first soccer game or first play? Do you remember the recent moment that waved goodbye to us all as we left high school forever? Moments have favorite people, too. Punny moments follow Jacob Brown around, and sassy moments like to hang out with Linda. Michaela met an I'm sorry moment when she caught doing tricep dips in the lab. Gray and DJ brought a lot of new moments when they started school here this year. Leah brought some old moments when she came back. Dakota, the Joes, Minnie, Chad, Colby, Krista, Andy, and Kenzie all shared their lunchtime moments with me. Our time on Earth is full of these tickly little moments. How many have we each experienced during our time at Sizer? How many more when we were still NCCES? Can you even imagine how many more than all of those moments combined that we have yet to meet? Some of the moments come and are shared. Sometimes we call an event a moment. But different varieties of these creatures are playing with different people. For example, maybe we can call graduation a moment. But there are happy, sad, excited, and scared moments present with us. Moments follow us everywhere, and sometimes they swarm us like tonight. They're very persistent, so I would advise you not to ignore them. They will never stop visiting you, although they will eventually leave you alone. That's when a moment retires to a memory, and these are even more precious. I can't describe them to you because I still have a lot to learn about their importance. Maybe if you ask your grandparents or great-grandparents, they can shed some light on the subject. They probably already know about moments and many other secrets. For, you see, life means learning, and the more life you've collected, the more you have learned. The younger people listening may be writing off what I'm saying, but I hope as you grow, you begin to realize the importance of moments. I'm beginning to see they are what makes life worthwhile. There are so many different moments that sometimes they start to blend together and go unnoticed. You blink and they are gone, forgotten forever. It takes a trained eye to notice the unique beauty of each one, so good luck. I would now like to introduce our final student speaker, Gray Milkowski.
Nelson Mandela said that courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. And now I want to tell you a story. 1 year ago to the day, I was part of a different school. And that school was a part of me. And I had not the slightest idea that I would be here on this stage today. The people I met there are some that will continue to influence me for the rest of my life. But then I had the opportunity to come here, to graduate on this stage with all of you and you. And I took that opportunity. And that was a hard decision for me. Going from a school that I knew like the back of my hand to a brand new one fostered an enormous amount of fear for me. And now, why do I tell you this story about me? Because I want to tie it into my story about, again, you and you. I took that leap in changing schools, and frankly, I was scared to death. I was the new kid, and senior year nonetheless. I was entering a group of students who had been knit tightly together for 6 years, and now through 3 different buildings. And I would be the kid who sat there on his own for an entire year, praying that the year would end and he could leave. And to be honest, leading up to my first day here, I wanted absolutely nothing more than to just not show up, which if you ask Miss Nemi or Miss Ramos, you will find became true throughout the year. But I did. I did come on that first day. And I remember it like it was yesterday, stepping into Miss Nemi's advisory and sitting in the far corner of the room, prepared for a year of being alone, just hoping for graduation to come. And it did. But everyone filed in on that day, and to my awe, all of you started talking to me. You invited me to your table at lunch. You accepted me as one of your own from that first day. And that absolutely blew my mind. And beyond that, I learned that how you acted towards me was not just a fluke. I saw things here I have never seen before. People talking to everyone, not just the ones in their own cliques. The sports kids talk to the drama kids. The seniors talk to the 7th graders. Everyone here is accepted, is liked, and is appreciated for who they are. And now, why do I want to highlight this? Because it is so rare. There are few other places on this world, on this earth, where that would ever happen. Where a kid like me could come in his final year of high school and be part of the group. Because this school is an anomaly. In a world full of cliques, in a world full of prejudices, in a world full of hate, the doors at 500 Ringe Road stand as a symbol of acceptance for everyone. Where those groups dissolve, where those cliques dissolve, where those prejudices dissolve, where that hate dissolves, and where people love one another for who they are. And now, the task of each and every one of us, not only the graduates, but every one of us in this room, is to take that from the doors of this building and apply it to the world. Because Nelson Mandela said that courage was the triumph over fear, but it is each of our tasks to take what you have learned here and what each and every one of you in this community has shown me every single day you walked in, that, frankly, you have to triumph over the fear of acceptance that plagues the world today. Because I don't care, and it doesn't matter what you do or what anybody does from this day forward, but if you can make just one person who had that courage to take that risk, just like I did coming here, make them feel like they are loved and they are accepted, just like you did for me, you will be one person closer to making this world a better place for everybody. Thank you. And I would like to introduce our final teacher speaker, Mr. Duncan Devlin.
I gotta follow that. All right, so thank you, Gray. And anyone who's been through my class, anyone who's taken geometry with me, is pretty used to routines and procedures. Today's gonna be no exception. In fact, I even brought with me a handy dandy, oh so wonderful agenda. So first I'm going to thank the students for selecting me. Then I'm going to go through my list of rules for the college world, which seem eerily like sarcastic modifications of my classroom rules. After each rule, I'm going to expand on it a bit with an expert mix of profoundness and sarcasm. And finally, I'm going to look over and hope I finished on time. So thank you, class of 2015, for selecting me. I can only imagine it's due to my sparkling personality. Any student who has gone through geometry me knows the rules that govern my class. But let's face reality. You remember Rule 1, don't talk while Devlin's teaching. And who can forget Rule 4, our communications are always important to today's goal. Well, today I'm going to give you my rules for going out into the world. Rule number 1, do not talk while someone who knows more than you is speaking. And I have a little addition to that. Everyone knows more than you about something. You're 18 years old. Most of you know a lot about your senior project, the best place to get pizza, there's a Chinese food place across the street. You are about to encounter a whole bunch of people who know a lot about a great many things. Listen up. Rule 2. Don't make life decisions based on who you are dating right now. Falling in love is a great thing. You know what? So's living in Paris for a year. Do what you want to do, and I'll tell you the truth from experience, if she's gonna leave you over that, she was gonna leave anyway. Rule 3, always find times to enjoy a Bruins game. And to clarify that, you have things that you all enjoyed doing last year, last week, and yesterday. Continue enjoying to do them tomorrow, next week, and next year. My rule 4, our communications will always be important to our life's goal. And if you don't have one of them yet, find it. And my 5th rule, always take the chance to invade Canada. Told you I'd do it. If you want to do something, do it. You are at a point in your life where you can just go live in Europe for a year. Or mount an invasion of Canada. People are going to tell you not to. You're going to have great ideas. People are going to tell you not to do them. Ignore them. Get out there and do it. If you didn't want to do it, you wouldn't have brought it up in the first place. And with that, I'm out of stuff I can teach you here at Sizer. Good luck, class of 2015.
And now the moment we have all been waiting for, presentation of our diplomas. Helping to present diplomas are William Harris, Vice Chair of the Sizer Board of Trustees, and Lindsay Corallo, School Counselor for grades 10 through 12. As a show of respect for the Sizer audience members who are keenly sensitive to loud and/or sudden noises, we ask that all graduation attendees refrain from using any devices that generate loud noise, like air horns, whistles, etc. We thank you in advance for your courtesy. Ready? Andrew Dylan Albert. You guys take the picture. Chad Thomas Alden. Dejanay Talise Ashmore. Linda Elise Baez. Krista Ashley Bailey. Jacob William Brown. Logan Kenneth Byland. Colby Ronald Clark Hyder. Dakota Geraldine Dupuis. Christian Javier Ferrin. Good job, Christian. Leah Regina Forges. Jacob Alexander Freeman. Sean Kevin Gallagher. Mackenzie Raina Gillespie Sloven. Michaela Jewel Gilman. Robert Nathan Godley. Joseph Ernest Hazelton. Catherine Michelle Benbenick Ketchum. Abigail Desiree Killian. Zachary Eric Kootenin. Cynthia Marie Loracella. Tucker Brady LeBreton. Samuel Roman Leonardo. Joseph Francis Milko. Julio Elias Ramos Quintog. Noel Emiliano Rodriguez. Yeah. Oh, did I skip it? I'm so sorry, Gray Robert Milkowski.
I have Wheels diploma.
All right, we'll pull it together here. This is the first year I've had to read the names. Logan Alexander Romero. Destiny Marie Ruiz. Catherine Elizabeth Sisoyan. Darren Alexandra Sussman. Justin No Tran. Joel Joshua Wells. Summer Marie Westfield. Maxwell Aaron Zaleski. So I said this was the first year I had to read names. I'm not sure if you were aware, but Miss May, who's been your principal for a very long time, snuck in the back to see all of you graduate tonight.
By the power vested in me by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and the Board of Trustees of the Sizer School in recognition of your efforts to meet or exceed the requirements for graduation, I hereby confer upon you, the class of 215, your diplomas. You are now official graduates of Sizer School. I would like to introduce now Dakota Dupuy for the turning of the tassels.
At this time, I would like to ask the class of 2015 to please rise. Join me in turning our tassels from left to right to signify that we are now graduates.
You can be seated. also the first time I've spoken. Usually this is Miss May's job too. In the words of Vince Lombardi, whose name adorns the Super Bowl trophy each year, leadership is not just one quality, but rather a blend of many qualities. And while no one individual possesses all of the needed talents that go into leadership, each individual can develop a combination to make him or her a leader. The turning of the tassel signifies a change not only for our seniors, but also our entire community. As our seniors transition into college students, tradespeople, and one becomes a soldier, our community will also change as we welcome new leaders. While change can be difficult, it is what keeps us growing and allows each of us the opportunity to demonstrate our own leadership qualities. Juniors, can you please stand? Juniors, I challenge each of you to take your best qualities, honor our norms of community, purpose, responsibility, integrity, voice, and safety, and embrace your role as school leaders. It is through your leadership that our community will continue to grow in this time of change. It is my honor to introduce all of you to our next leaders, the class of 2016. You can be seated.
I can't leave this podium without doing a little bragging. I don't know if anybody realizes, but the engineering students built this beautiful podium right here. And my words are to you, the class, but I'm facing this way, but pardon my back. Congratulations to you, the group of students who have survived and thrived during some of the greatest challenges our school has ever faced. Thank you for bringing Think Care Act alive for all of us and for taking it with you into the world. On the subject of Think Care Act, I'd like to take a moment to recognize someone in our community who has given 8 years of her life to the success of this school, who has helped nurture the spirit of Think Care Act throughout her tenure as our executive director. I know she's not expecting this, but I'd like to ask Stephanie Davalos to come to the podium to be recognized for her many years of service as executive director by awarding her the Think Care Act Medal. Thank you so much, Stephanie, and please accept all of our best wishes in your next career challenge. Now I'd like to ask all of Sizer School's faculty and staff to please rise. This is really neat. Through the recessional, the faculty will station themselves along our beautiful new balcony and staircase in honor of the graduates. However, before they go, I would like us all to take a moment and thank them for their efforts on behalf of these students this school year. Following the recessional, I would like to invite you all to share in a celebration of our graduates with a reception in the cafeteria and atrium. The faculty will please begin the recessional. Will the Sizer School graduates of 2015 please rise and recess? Thank you.